What if the end of the world wasn't a tragedy but a tourist destination? By weaponizing the extreme gravity of a black hole, we can leapfrog across millennia while the entire universe accelerates into oblivion. You aren't just traveling through space. You are using a cosmic abyss as a one-way chronological catapult. To understand this journey, you have to stop thinking of time as a steady clock. In the US, we live by the second, the morning alarm, the commute on the I-95, the wait for a burger. But time is actually a fabric, and gravity is a heavyweight sitting on it. The stronger the gravity, the more time stretches. We see this in the tiny corrections the FAA makes for GPS satellites, where time moves slightly faster than it does for you standing in Manhattan. But if you park a ship just outside the event horizon of Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, that stretch becomes a shortcut through history. While you sit in your cabin sipping coffee, the next billion years play out on your screen like a movie on fast forward. In the first hour of your observation, you witness the death of the digital age. It happens faster than we'd like to admit. Within a few hundred years, the massive server farms in Northern Virginia and the cooling units in Nevada blink out. Every tweet, every bank record, and every digital memory ever stored in the cloud simply evaporates. Without human hands to keep the power grids humming, the internet proves to be a fragile, electrified ghost. By the year 3000, the physical infrastructure of America is reclaimed by the Earth. The concrete expanses of the interstate system crack under roots and frost. The Manhattan skyline succumb to the slow orange rot of oxidation. From your vantage point, you watch the Golden Gate Bridge finally snap, its cables dropping into the Pacific like the strings of a broken instrument. By the second hour, 10,000 years have passed on Earth. This is the moment humanity officially becomes a myth. Languages have evolved so fast that if you heard a radio transmission from below, it would sound like alien noise. The English language is dead. The concept of a border or a country is as mythological to these people as Atlantis is to us. The coastal cities Miami, New Orleans, New York are gone, claimed by rising tides and rebuilt as coral reefs where fish swim through the hollowed-out windows of abandoned office buildings. You are hit with a crushing realization. You are the only living soul who remembers what the 21st century felt like. You are a ghost, haunting the future from the edge of the abyss. 4 hours into your orbit, and the stars themselves begin to move. Proper motion rearranges the constellations. Orion no longer hunts. The Big Dipper is bent into a straight line. The North Star, Polaris, drifts away as the Earth's axis wobbles in its long dance. The continents are no longer recognizable. Africa pushes slowly into Europe, sealing the Mediterranean and raising jagged mountain ranges that make the Rockies look like rolling hills. The geography of the world is being rewritten, and you are the only tourist watching the ink dry. As your shift reaches its midpoint, 1 million years have passed. This is the final death of human archaeology. On the moon, the footprints left by Armstrong air sandblasted away by 1 million years of micrometeorite rain. The satellites we launched to watch the weather have all decayed, spiraling back into the atmosphere to burn up as nameless streaks of light. Humanity, if it exists at all, is post-biological. They would view our era of smartphones and interstates the way we view a colony of ants. By the end of your day in orbit, you reach the 100 million year mark. You are watching the final act of the solar system. The sun's luminosity is increasing, triggering a runaway greenhouse effect. The oceans begin to boil. The water molecules are torn apart by solar radiation and lost to space forever. Earth becomes a twin of Venus, a scorched, pressurized hellscape of rock and toxic air. Every work of art ever painted and every library ever built is now dust. You are the curator of a museum with no visitors, the only entity that knows what freedom meant. One last leap. You bring the ship closer to the horizon. 1 billion years pass in a single infinite second. You look back at the sun, but it has bloated into an angry red giant. It has consumed Mercury and Venus, and is now reaching for the scorched remains of Earth. Our home is no longer a blue marble. It's a blackened cinder of slag. This was always the inevitable ending. Whether we saved the environment or colonized Mars, the physics of the universe had already written the final page. By using the black hole, you didn't just see the future. You saw the conclusion of the story. Eventually, you have to make a choice. You can't stay in orbit forever. You can turn the ship away and head into that dark, empty future, a stranger in Omniverse that has no room for you. Or you can cross the threshold. You can tip the nose of the ship toward the event horizon. As you fall in, the light of the entire rest of the universe's life, trillions of years, will flash before your eyes in a single moment. You will see the last stars flicker and go out. You will see the black holes themselves begin to evaporate. You will see time itself cease to have any meaning. The black hole teaches us that time is a predator. It eats everything. But staring into that void, you realize that the value of our world was never in its permanence. The reason a sunset is so beautiful in 2024 is exactly because it is temporary. You realize the greatest treasure you ever possessed wasn't the ability to see the end of the world. It was the simple, profound privilege of living in a present that was still breathing. So, if the chronological catapult ever offers you a seat, ask yourself, is 1 billion years of silence worth 1 minute of a world that is still alive? Because once you step into the shadow of the black hole, the only thing left to see is the end.